Hello, everyone. I'm Mario Florio from NBC 10. Welcome to a Food Podcast, the place you can come to hear all about the great things happening on the local food scene, the wonderful restaurants we have, the local companies making delicious food products, the fun community events that highlight local cuisine. Joining me now is Nicole Viveiros from the Donut Shack to tell us about her delicious donuts. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So let's start. How did you get started doing donuts?
It's a funny story.
I love funny stories.
So in 2020, when the pandemic happened, I was actually in construction, and my projects were all state funded. They were universities, so all my projects were, basically gone. Yep. So I was laid off and, kind of sitting at home doing kind of whatever I could to keep busy. And I don't like to stay still, so every project that I could find was my daily task, And one day I was just sitting thinking, and I was like, I really want a donut, but I'm vegan, so it's kind of hard to find those. So the closest one to me, I think, was about an hour away.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like, okay, all right, so I'll go next week because it was like a pop-up thing, so it was on a Saturday. And then I noticed, looking at all of the different menus from all the different places, that there were either vegan or gluten-free options. There was nothing that was both vegan and gluten-free. And I was like, well, that's weird, because if you can make both of them, why not just do it together? Because there are people who have dairy and gluten allergies. So that's when I went into my kitchen and started testing things out. Mm-hmm. One thing led to another. We started having people test them. We sold them out of my shed at the house that I was living in at the time. And that's, I'm terrible with coming up with names. So I was like, you know what? It's the Donut Shack.
Yeah, right. It was literally a donut shack.
It was, yeah. So I had a couple of customers come to me and say, I have a nut allergy. Do you have any nuts in there? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I use almond milk, but let me see what I can do. And then, so I switched almond milk to oat milk. Then I was using, for my pumpkin cheesecake donuts during the fall, I was using a brand that had soy in it, and somebody asked me about soy allergies. So I was like, all right.
Okay, another thing.
All right, let me see what I can do. And then at that point, I was like, all right, we're just going to go full top 8. I mean, might as well. It's a nice niche. It really gives everybody an option. And I like the fact that we don't really have an option. It's like, you have an allergy, you can have the whole menu instead of just one or two things.
Instead of just a few things. So you're vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, all allergen-free.
Yep, top 8 allergen-free. So dairy-free, egg-free, gluten-free, peanut-free, tree nut-free, soy-free. And then obviously we're shellfish and fish-free because that would just be gross.
Yeah. I like a lot of things. I like to be adventurous, but not that.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah. We're definitely not flavor-free, so
no,
that's for sure.
We really tested these out and just kept improving as the batches went on. And then actually somebody came with me and said, do you guys use Red 40 and artificial dyes? And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess our sprinkles have them. And they were like, oh, it'd be really great if we could have a donut. My daughter hasn't had, anything in so long. And I was like, all right, I'll try and find natural sprinkles. And then I was like, you know what? Everybody uses artificial dyes. Let's just add that on.
Add that to the list, right? Yeah. So many people I've interviewed that do vegan food products and things. It's because they're vegan, and they were always like, I couldn't find, what I liked, or it was like you said, I had to go too far. And now you have a business born of it.
I know, it's amazing. And it's so much fun.
Yeah.
I do so many events, so I get to travel everywhere. I've gone up to Boston, over to Connecticut, of course, staying in the Providence area, doing RI Veg Fest and Any Veg Fest. And now we are going to be going to New York in about a month for the Vegan Street Festival that originated in LA, so that's super exciting.
That's exciting. Yeah, hitting the Big Apple.
I know, it's real cool. Yeah. But that's what I wanted to do. I always wanted kind of a free schedule and kind of on my own terms, and to be able to travel. And I never anticipated that it would be bringing donuts to places.
But
hey, it works.
That's great, yeah. Now, had you always enjoyed baking? Did you have kind of a history of loving to bake or no?
Yeah, so it's actually full circle. When I want to say back in 2010, between 2010 and 2013, I was at another construction company way back then, and I was like, oh, I really want to open a bakery, not donuts. I had no interest in donuts at that time. Didn't even think of it. It was really carrot cakes that I was interested in. And my niece has a nut allergy and I have a dairy and egg allergy, so I was going to do just those, dairy and nut free. And it was just like, oh no, that's too much work. I'm just going to, do this regular thing where I just go to work and go to school and that's it. So it kind of disappeared for about 13 years. But I did take culinary arts in high school. So all 4 years of high school I spent in culinary arts. I really enjoyed the baking side. And when I went into college, I took business and entrepreneurship. And I had never known that I was going to put both of them together after spending so much time in construction industry.
Now you're constructing things in a different way. You're constructing delicious donuts and other treats. Huh?
Oh, I love that.
So let's talk about your new venture. Very exciting, because mostly you said you go to events. Obviously, you're online too, but now you're going to have an actual spot to sell your donuts.
Yes.
Not a shack.
Not a shack anymore. We are going to be moving into the Park Theater in place of the Park Cafe. We're doing a 1-month pop-up. It starts, we're opening the doors to everyone and finally announcing it after a long time, this Monday, April 17th. And we're going to be open till about mid-May, and we'll see where things go from there. But we're still going to be doing wholesale. We're in about 17 different cafes now throughout Rhode Island and Mass. And we're still going to be doing events all over the place. People from LA and Connecticut and Florida, they keep asking, when are you coming here? Are you opening a location? This and this and that. So, yeah, we're doing it all.
Yeah, it's nice to be in demand, huh?
I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like, all of these people that are our customers, and not all of our customers have allergies or anything like that. They just really like good donuts. But it's nice to have a product that everybody can have.
Exactly, yeah, because I'm not vegan, although I'm getting to really like vegan food. I don't have any allergies, but I love these donuts. They're so good.
Thank you very much.
What are your hours going to be at the park?
So Monday through Friday, they are going to be 7 to 3. On Saturdays, 8 to 2. And we will eventually be doing Sundays.
So you're going from a shack to an historic theater. Very, very nice.
It's very exciting.
So without further ado, I need to dig in and try some of your delicious donuts. And you brought a bunch of varieties in. So let's start. You said this is your newest one. Tell me about this one.
Yes, that is our cookies and cream donut. It's a chocolate donut with vanilla frosting. And that cookie crumble on top is actually scratch made in our kitchen because we couldn't find an Oreo cookie that was free of the top 8 allergens. So we decided to make our own. So we made our own cookie, we made our own cream, and then we crumbled it up and stuffed it on top of the donut.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Let me try this. So good. So good.
Thank you.
And this one is also based on a cookie, right?
It is. It's based on my favorite cookie that I have not had in a very long time. It is called our Caramel Delight donut. It's a vanilla donut with caramel drenched on top of the donut, dipped in toasted coconut, and drizzled with chocolate.
If that sounds familiar, that's a well-known and popular Girl Scout cookie,
It
right?
is.
Yeah. I'm going to try this. Looks amazing. So good.
We actually make that caramel from scratch right in our kitchen, too.
I was just going to ask you, you said you make a lot of your ingredients that go on your donuts are also from scratch, right?
Yes, they are. It's time consuming, but we really have a dedication to the top 8 allergens, top 8 allergen free, and I mean there are a lot of products out there that we can use, thankfully, but sometimes we just have to make things ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. Take matters into your own hands, which I do when I'm doing right now. Tell me about this donut.
This is our coffee cake donut. So it's a cinnamon donut with coffee cake frosting and coffee cake crumble.
It's so good. It looks and tastes like a coffee cake.
Yeah, that is definitely the goal.
Yeah, this is so good. Oh, it's so sweet. I love it. Now, you had mentioned this. This is the one with the sprinkles, right?
Yes, that is the one with the sprinkles that when we first started, we were using just your regular vegan soy-free sprinkle, which was pretty relatively easy to find. But natural sprinkles that don't have any soy in them were very hard to find. And fortunately, we did find them, so we didn't actually have to make sprinkles ourselves. You know what? That's a lie. We did have to make them a couple times when they weren't in stock. But
That's okay, yeah. These look amazing. I love that coating on top. So good.
so classic.
And then this one, this looks like kind of like just an original kind of basic. What is this?
That is our cinnamon sugar donut. That's the OG Donut Shack donut. That is a cinnamon donut dipped in butter, plant butter, of course, and tossed in cinnamon sugar. And a lot of people are calling it the churro donut.
Oh, because it's like a churro.
It is, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Love that one. My all-time favorite.
I feel like that is like kind of the original like classic donut that people love. I remember growing up, there was a place I grew up in Connecticut near me that I think it was called Dandy Donuts. And my dad used to always go and get donuts. And that was my favorite, the cinnamon sugar one.
Oh, it's always so good. I feel like that's a lot of people's like OG donut. Like
yeah.
that's their start donut.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. You can't go wrong with
Oh,
it.
no,
Right?
God, no.
And you make things other than donuts?
We also make Pop-Tarts. They are also top 8 free, vegan and gluten-free Pop-Tarts that are also soy-free, nut-free, and dye-free. We make Blondies, Rice Krispie treats, and yeah, we have a lot of other things in the works.
That's awesome. Are you always kind of thinking of what can I do next?
It's kind of exhausting. We're always
Is it a blessing and a curse?
Every time we go into the kitchen, I look at my friend Lexi, who also works with me, and I'm like, so I was thinking, and she's like, oh God. But now she starts saying it. She's like, so I was thinking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Always have new ideas coming. We have 4 flavors that we keep year round: the coffee cake, the rainbow sprinkle, the double chocolate, which I don't have here, and the cinnamon sugar, always available.
Okay. And then you do seasonal?
Yep. Seasonal or monthly.
Okay.
Most of the time we change every flavor out aside from those 4 monthly. These 2 we liked so much in March that we carried them over to May.
Which one do you talk about?
April.
Yeah, you're talking about the
cookies. The cookies and cream and the caramel delight.
Caramel Delight, yeah. Those are definitely worth keeping, I
We
think.
had to keep those around.
Yeah, exactly. So remind folks again how they can find you. Obviously, you're going to be at the Park Theater now.
Yes.
Starting on Monday, April 17th. So that's great. And then online, if they want to look up all the different things you make and place orders and do all that good stuff.
Yeah, of course. You can find all of our most updated information on Instagram. It's at the.donut.shack. That's where we post everything that we have. You can also, of course, always go on our website, www.thevegandonut.shack.com. And of course, we have a Facebook too. It's facebook.com/thevegandonut.shack. And give us a follow. Show up on Monday, or come visit us anytime. Park Theater. It's 848 Park Ave in Cranston. We're super excited to finally have a place where people can come every day and get donuts.
Yeah, and get their donut shack fix for sure. And I didn't ask, but do you do any kind of like private events or parties too?
We do, yeah. We've done some catering for weddings, birthday parties, corporate events, so many different things. But yeah, we can do 1,000 donut order. We can do a 24 donut order. I mean, we can pretty much do anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
No order too big or too small, right?
Exactly. If you need something, we'll do our best to do it. And you can always. There's a contact form on our website, but you can always email us, info@thevegandonut.shack.com, and we'll take care of you.
All right. Nicole Viveiros, thank you so much. Good luck with the
Thank you,
new
Mario.
venture. It's right down the street from us here, so I'll be there to check it out. And you got to check them out. The Donut Shack, for sure. They'll make you go, mmm.